Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. My name is Lynx, and today we're going to be talking about a game that I've been hooked on called Lazarus Zombies. Now, if you haven't played this game yet, it's kind of like Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies, but it's a game in Roblox. It's created by the user Logitech101, and it's actually a really great game. I've actually enjoyed it a lot. It's been a lot of fun. I can't wait till he adds more maps, but right now the starting map is a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed myself. It's actually pretty much the same experience I get from Black Ops, except for kind of getting the zombies to train around, like running around with you. It's a little bit more difficult, but I've enjoyed it, and it's been like my go-to game here recently. I've been playing it non-stop. I think I'm like level 20 now in the ranking system that he's got implemented in the game. Anyway, so my issue is there's not enough people playing it as far as I'm concerned. Honestly, I feel like this is the kind of game I would have no problem putting money into to help support, to get more maps and so forth. But there's not enough people playing it, and the ones that do play it, they either have no idea what they're doing or they just don't care. So I'm hoping that mostly it's people that just don't know how to play it. So what I want to do today is hopefully teach people how to play it properly, in case you've never played Call of Duty Black Ops at all and have no idea what the rules are or how to play or what you should be doing or focusing on to play, because I'm seeing a lot of people play different ways. They're trying to learn, but they're not really sure what they're supposed to do. They don't know what the objectives are or anything like that. So I'm going to try and go step by step from the beginning and show you guys what you're supposed to do and how to play properly. Okay, so at the very beginning of a match, you're going to need to notice two things. On the left side of your screen is your point system, which is more like a currency in this game. It resets back down to 500 at the end of each game, so if you lose the game, you will reset back to 500 upon starting a new match. And on your right side is the ammunition that you have in the currently equipped weapon. Okay, so at the beginning of the game, you start with 500 points. And then it gives you a couple seconds before the very first round starts. Now the objective is to survive as many rounds as you can without dying and without your teammates dying. If everybody dies, then the game is over. Okay, so let's talk about how we get points. Now there's a couple different ways you can get points in this game. Now the first way, and the probably most important way, is killing zombies. It doesn't matter how you kill them, as long as you kill them, you get points to add to your point bank. Second way is to rebuild barricades that prevent zombies from getting into the map. Third way is to survive a round, and you automatically get points at the end of the round. So the very first round, it is extremely important that you rack up as many points as you can. Now, ammo is extremely rare the further you get into the game. So what you want to do is practice conserving your ammo. Even though at the very beginning you'll get a lot of ammo drops, it's best to just get used to using your knife as much as you possibly can. So in the first 1 to 6 rounds, I would usually say use your knife as much as possible, because the zombies die within 1 to 2 hits for at least the first 6 rounds. So use that time to not waste any pistol ammo and only use your knife. That way you can use your pistol for the 6th round or 7th round, whatever, as you're working on getting yourself some new guns and other things to start you out. Depending on if your team is actually being team players and helping you unlock the doors. So, now that you've finally started getting some points, what you need to do now is unlock the doors to open into the rest of the areas of the map. What you do is run to the door and just open it, and it'll tell you how many points you need to open that barricaded area or door, whichever it is. Now, when it comes to opening doors, everybody should be sharing the points from the zombies up to this point, so everybody should be able to open up a door each. It's kind of unfair if you make one person open all the doors and use all their points. Like this guy, for example. He's refusing to open a single door and making me use all of my points, so that way he can save his own points to upgrade himself. If someone else is spending all their points and someone else is just, sitting there hoarding as many points as they possibly can, that teammate that's got less points is not going to be able to get the perks and guns they need to help support the team in higher rounds. Now that you've opened a couple doors, you can now activate the power to the Coca-Cola machines, and also unlock other doors that you were only able to open via power instead of actually purchasing with your points. Along the way, if you desperately need to, which you shouldn't, you can always buy guns off the walls in random places all around the map. I would recommend not doing it unless you desperately need to. I would actually recommend just saving your points for perks and for the mystery box. Use the guns on the walls as a last resort. Okay, so now that the power's on, it's time to replace your pistol with a half decent gun. Hopefully even a really, really good gun. One that you can't buy off in the walls. So let's go hit the mystery box and see if we can get something good. Each time you hit the mystery box, it's gonna deduct 950 points from your point bank, and it's gonna randomly decide what kind of gun it'll give you, which you can then either take or ignore and then hit the box again. You do not have to take the gun that it offers you. If you do decide to take the gun, it'll give it to you instantly, but if you decide not to take the gun, it'll take a couple seconds for it to go back into the box before you can open the box again, which then will deduct another 950 points from your point bank. However, randomly, it will also give you a Joker card, which will then still deduct 950 points from you, but it will not give you a gun, and then the mystery box will teleport away. It is random when this will happen, and so hopefully you'll get lucky and it won't happen to you at the very beginning of the game. Usually it doesn't. Usually it takes about 5 or 6 tries for everybody to hit the box a couple times before it gives you the Joker card and then moves and teleports to some other random location on the map. The mystery box will teleport to, I think it's 5 places on the map, and each time a Joker card is given, it'll teleport to one of those other locations on the map. Usually it's in the same rotation, so you can usually tell where it's going to go next if you do get a Joker card or you see that it got teleported to a different location. Okay, so now that you have a half-decent weapon, it's time to start saving up your points so you can start buying Coca-Colas. So the first perk I would recommend getting is the Juggernog. The Juggernog, it costs 2,500 points, and it makes it so that the zombies cannot kill you as quickly. It's basically like you have extra health. So instead of going down in just 1 or 2 hits, it takes like about 6 hits to go down. The second one I would recommend getting is the Double Tap. It costs 2,000 points. This perk will increase the rate of fire of your weapon. It kind of pretty much does like a double burst when you're shooting your weapons. The third perk cola I would recommend getting is the Speed Cola. This one costs around 3,000 points, and this one allows you to reload your weapons in half the time, which is great, especially when using a gun with a really huge magazine. The final perk cola that I would recommend getting is Mule Kick. This one I think also costs 3,000 points, and this perk allows you to carry 3 weapons at once. I wouldn't recommend getting this one until after you've gotten 2 guns that you plan on keeping for the entirety of the mission, because you want to replace the third weapon with something that you don't need as bad, or something that is an extra weapon, because if you go down and you lose your Mule Kick perk, you will also lose the weapon that's in your third weapon slot. If you do manage to go down, like I said, you'll lose your third weapon with Mule Kick, but you will have to actually go and repurchase all of your perks again, because you will lose the effect, and your perks will disappear from the bottom left corner of your screen. So now that you have your perks and you know what they do, it's time to know what all the power-ups are that randomly drop when you kill zombies during the matches. The first power we're going to go over is the insta-kill. Insta-kill is pretty much exactly what it's called. Basically, it only takes 1 knife hit or 1 bullet to kill a zombie while this power-up is in play. Now, when a power-up is in play, you'll see at the bottom middle of your screen. It'll start flashing when it's ready to expire. Insta-kill is great because it's useful for saving your weapon ammo, because all you have to use is your knife, and it's great for higher rounds because you want to save your ammo, so insta-kill is king. because you can just run up to a zombie and knife him and he's dead. The only thing is, at higher rounds, it's very risky to use insta-kill with your knife unless you know what you're doing, because you don't want to get too crazy and try and kill a bunch of zombies with insta-kill with your knife at a higher round, because you've got a lot of more opportunities for zombies to hit you. But if you're able to do it and pull it off, I would recommend trying to knife as many zombies as you can with insta-kill in higher rounds, because that ammo is going to be really hard to come by the higher rank you get and the higher levels you get. The second one we're going to go over is Carpenter. This one will automatically repair all of the windows and re-barricade them on the entire map instantly, which is great for higher rounds because it prevents less zombies from being able to come into the map at once, which it makes it easier for you to control where the zombies are coming from. In earlier rounds, I wouldn't recommend getting it because you don't get any zombie points or building points from fixing barricades using Carpenter. So I wouldn't recommend using Carpenter until later on in the game, which usually people grab it anyway, so there's not really anything you can do about that. The third power-up we're going to go over is Double Points, which is another great power-up. This one will give you 2 times the points for anything you do. So if you're repairing a barricade, instead of getting 10 points per tick, you'll be getting 20 points per tick, and so on. So you'll be getting double the points for zombie kills, repairs, and so forth, which this is great when you're trying to rack up some points to buy perks or whatever you're trying to do. So when you have a double points on play, the best thing you can do is kill as many zombies as you can, as fast as you can, and look for any barricades that are open and try and repair them to get those extra little bits of points here and there to give you that extra little boost. The next power-up is the Nuke. This one is a great power-up, especially when you're in a higher round and you're just getting bombarded by tons of zombies at once. What this one does, it kills every single zombie on the map that is actually on the map, and kills them instantly. It just does not do it for the entire round. It just does the ones that are actually spawned on the map at the current time, which is great because it clears them all out and gives you a chance to recuperate from whatever just happened. You know, if you had a lot of zombies on you or whatever, this is a great power-up to hit. So if you see it, run towards it as fast as you can. And now the final, which I believe is the most important power-up that you will wish dropped more often in higher rounds, is the max ammo. Now what the max ammo does is it replenishes everybody's ammo on the entire map, on all 3 of your weapons, or however many you have, and replenishes everybody's ammo back to full capacity. This is a very, very highly sought after power up, and you're gonna miss it when you can't get it as often in higher rounds. Okay, so now that we've gone over the Perk Cola and the power-ups and everything else, so what do we do now? Okay, so at this point, basically you're just trying to survive the rounds and just run the zombies around the best you can and just try not to die. Remember, if your teammates go down, revive them, and keep them alive and help them get their perks back, get their guns back, and so forth. If they die, or if you die, you will lose all your guns and have to start back into the match with just a pistol. So you don't want to die, especially at a high round, because it'll be very difficult to get new guns and perks and whatnot at a higher round. But you will still have your points. You won't lose your points unless everybody dies. So that's the good part. But you don't want to die later on. So try and revive your teammates and try and hopefully make it so that your teammates are close by to revive you as well. So don't split up too much and try and run the zombies around and go for headshots. Try and keep your zombies straight in a line so that you're shooting straight and you're killing multiple zombies with less bullets. What you want to do is conserve your ammo and shoot small bursts. That way you're not wasting too much ammo and you're killing more zombies effectively. Now, when you get into a higher round, you're going to start getting a lot less max ammos. And at this point, you're going to want to try and hit the mystery box to get the same guns that you prefer to keep and try to get them again in the mystery box. So you're basically replacing the gun that you are trying to replenish ammo for. Replace that gun with the exact same gun. Now remember, when you're hitting the mystery box, you're replacing whichever gun you're currently holding. So make sure you cycle to the gun that you're wanting to replace before you actually pick up the gun from the mystery box. If you're wondering what guns are the best to have in the game, the three that I think are the best 3 guns to have in your inventory is the ray gun, the Scar hammer, and the SNW, which I call the saw. These 3 guns are great. The saw is great for when you're trying to just mow down tons of zombies at once. The ray gun is great for single targets and distance and whatnot. And when you're just like in a quick bind. And the hammer is just my go-to backup gun when I just don't have enough time to reload my saw, because it takes a really long time to reload that gun, even with the speed cola perk enabled. If you haven't played it yet, I highly recommend it. It is a great game, and you will enjoy it a lot. I guarantee it. Now, I hope that these tips have helped you out, and will make you a better player at this, and we can group up, and we will get to a higher rank. What is your highest rank? Mine, so far, with good players, mind you, has been 36. So, yeah. So, if this video helped you out and you guys liked it, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below, and let me know what rank you guys have gotten to ever since you've learned these cool new tips. And I will see you guys later. My name is Lynx, and I'll see you in the next video.